Yeah, nice. Gets on the front foot so quickly and backs her skill set to get it up and over for the first boundary of the final. Width again, and they've taken the slip out and put it at a short third, and it's beaten everyone for a second boundary for Webb.
Yeah.
Back of the length into the hands of Jemmy Rodrigues. That wrist is fine, she says, as the Heat get the first breakthrough.
Yeah, well, what a comeback here from Nicola Hancock was. You see Nicola Hancock here just loading up, bowls into the wicket, doesn't get up very high, and Courtney Webb can't clear the head of Jemmy Rodrigues, and she's not a tall player either, but does not drop those, and you can see that.
That's in the air and straight to backward point. The Brisbane Heat will be loving the fact they've got 2 key wickets in the power play. The captain departs.
Turning just outside that off stump, bit of hold. Molyneux laying back on her cut shot, and all she could do was just spoon that to Laura Harris at point.
She's at the non-striker's end. Hamilton into the attack as Matthews gets up the other end.
Wow. Dotton just quite casually got to the other end there.
That's just almost unforgivable, that dismissal. There was an easy single there. Dotton just did not take off at all. Gets her back caught before the crease and not able to make her ground at all. Geez, that's disappointing for the Renegades.
Possibly a little unforgivable as from an experienced player to do something as casual as that. I mean, she could have been well over the line with her feet if she'd really...
Thank you. Freeze it there. You see the bat is short of the popping crease and the wickets are put down. And going to the big screen, my decision.
Reminiscent of Harmanpreet Kaur against Australia back in the T20 World Cup semi-final. The big player not getting the bat over the line, caught at the crease, caught.
Oh, no.
Edged and passed and through. Wareham gets away with a boundary. 5 out in the middle for the Brisbane Heat now, 3 wickets down. Slog sweep, she's found space here, Matthews, and as Lauren Winfield-Hill said, it's not quite the quickest ground at the moment, but quick enough for Matthews to find a 4. Baseball background. Call immediately was 2 because she knows she's got so much space through that straight cover, and another fumble. So for as good as they've been, the Brisbane Heat in picking up 3 early wickets, they have not supported Jess Jonathan in the field. That's through. So Georgia Wareham's footwork set that shot up beautifully.
Yeah, wonderful use of her crease here, Georgia Wareham. She'd been looking for a little bit of width outside off.
Fox's Weet-Bix MVP of the year. Yeah, not what she was hoping for, Georgia Wareham, in terms of where the ball's gone to, but she'll be happy that she's found the rope. Slog sweep by Wareham straight down the ground. It should be taken. It is taken. Great.
Georgia Wareham, we know how dangerous she can be, but Grace Parsons, she does it again. Picking up the huge wicket of Wareham. Grace Harris, safe fielder down at long on.
An opportunity off the boundary line, and it's not full stretch diving forward. One of the toughest catches in the game. Made the ground. Fine space. It's just the lovely hands from Hayley Matthews. Didn't try and overhit, and she might just take a little bit out of that shot. A lot of bottom hand in that, and that will get the crowd here at the MCG excited because Hayley Matthews has dobbed it straight down the ground. And that's through as well. Is this the moment in the game for the Melbourne Renegades and for Hayley Matthews as well? The power surge has been called. Great footwork from Starlenberg. A lot of pace in the ground, so Laura Harris isn't going to give up. But it trickles into the boundary to start the second over of the power surge. As tangled this really well, Stalenberg. So well that Jemmy Rodrigues can't even track it down. Got a good piece of it, but camping underneath it, tracking back.
Oh, Parsons, she's been excellent today, getting some good rip and grip from out of this this pitch. Tried to take on Grace Harris, who was back there at long on, and that's a pretty decent-sized boundary out there. Didn't get enough on it. Maybe not quite necessary at this point to have gone that.
Yeah, that's loose, and she gets enough on it to find a lot of space. Doesn't give up, but yeah, she's been teased a little bit on the boundary line, Jemmy Rodrigues. A controlled sweep shot behind square for Hayley Matthews as she brings up her 4th WBBL half century. There's not too much smiling there at the moment. She probably feels as if she hasn't quite middled it yet, but she's got the Renegades to a position where she can start to launch as well. Jess Jonathan backing back with it. It's the 3rd time she's done that today.
Jess Jonathan didn't turn her back on the ball, kept herself side on, was able to adjust, made excellent ground. A little celebration to that Renegades crowd as well. Unfortunately, Folsom, she has to go for 5. The Renegades there 6.
That is the shot that we've been waiting for from Hayley Matthews. She's one of the best in the world at playing it. Yes! Bold stump, off stump, bowled, all of it together. It's not.
Good
It's
job,
been used more and more at the back end of this WBBL 10.
See Charlie Knott here, just throwing this one up a little bit more flight, a little bit of pace through the air. It's the arm ball. It's come out very, very nicely.
Yep.
Taking out the off stump. The dangerous Georgia Presswich, she's going to have to go.
Stumped. Georgia Redmayne continues her stumping form in WBBL 10.
Here from Jess Jonathan, just held up a little with the pace through the air, shortened length, knew that Coit was wanting to come down and attack her.
Perform here, or is it going to be not? Pull into space, and that'll be 4. Handy runs here for Matthews and the Renegades. And then she goes up and over. Well, she's already got the half century to her name, Hayley Matthews, but these last 6 deliveries might be the making here of her in the final. Goes again, longer levers, but picks out Hamilton, who sets herself so nicely. Not bowls it into the wicket. Matthews advances. And judged it well out of the green. They're going to go, they'll have to. There should be no looking up and asking why. Not to the keeper's end, no, she hangs on to it. So the Renegades scamper through for 2 runs off the last delivery. The Renegades get up to 141 runs in the final of WBBL 10.
Catch it.
Chipped up, not over there. That's huge for the Renegades. It's Coit running back with it. She doesn't drop it. Harris departs.
I thought it might have been Molyneux that might have got it, but Karis Becker called in late today. She just bowled in a really nice area. Grace Harris trying to go over the top of mid-on, but Sarah Coit.
This is a favourite shot of Jemmy Rodrigues, but it will be her undoing today in the grand final. Molyneux with the catch. Rodrigues, who'd been in good, make that great form for the Brisbane Heat, departs. Second in the power play.
Yeah, well, Millie Illingworth skids the ball on. She's pretty tough to take over the top. Sophie Molyneux, look at what...
Bottom hand, she's got heaps of space to work with there. It's a safe shot from Georgia Redmayne for the first boundary for the Heat. That's nicely timed. And as Pressrich is put in the dive, but her former teammate has beaten her to the boundary. Oh, that's through. Using a little bit of the pace there of Sophie Molyneux, and even with the rain that's fallen here at the MCG. This is another opportunity for the Melbourne Renegades.
Sophie Molyneux on. Over the top, we've seen a lot of batters really struggle trying to hit down the ground today. It's a very safe catch there by Becker at cover. And Redmayne, one of the form players for the Heat, she has to go as well. The Heat lose their third wicket. They're 3 for 20.
Original decision is out. Original decision is not out. Pitching outside off, impact in line. Wickets is umpire's call. Go back on field to Claire. Claire, I'll get you to stay with your original decision of not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now. Please signal.
It's those 50-50 calls. Was it hitting? Was it not? Claire Polisak thinking it didn't quite tick all the boxes for her. And so that review falls away of the Brisbane Heat. That's off pad, but in an awkward position, can't get up and get through. So they've got through that. Through. Even Deandra Dotton with her athleticism backward of point can't stop that. And likewise, Millie Illingworth.
Well, it's precisely the opposite of what we're just talking about. Too much width on that occasion.
Just short, no. Great ground off the boundary line. Georgia Prestwich, cool, calm, collected. And picks up the wicket of Knott.
And the challenging part of these sorts of catches is the first decision, do I need to dive or don't I? And as soon as I choose not to dive, I've got to get still. Went the knee slide.
Yeah! And straight away, Hayley Matthews gets the big wicket of Laura Harris. It's a golden duck for one of the biggest hitters in the game.
Adelaide Oval, when she took a critical breakthrough. Big game players perform at big game moments.
Swept hard and fine and for the boundary as well.
And what was her message then, just off the back of that wicket? Obviously still a little bit to go in this match.
Pulled into space with power and placement there from Jess Jonathan. Oh, enough distance. Yes, no, yes. Yes, it is. Georgia Prestwich gave herself the best opportunity of pulling off a screamer here. Flicked away. 6 off the first, 4 off the second. Hello.
Yeah, Jess Jonathan, she hasn't given up.
There's Winfield Hill. Doesn't clear the infield. If she'd taken the second, she wouldn't be out now. Who will know? Deandra Dotton, after getting hit for a 6, a 4 and a 2 and a 1, has fought back.
Change of fielding restrictions, and it's so much riding on it. The Heat skipper with the ascendancy initially. That one into the wicket.
Got to be looking at maximums here. That'll skip across the boundary line. Jonathan has not given up. Down on one knee. Coit thinks she gets there. It's a clean strike by Hancock, but it will not matter because the Melbourne Renegades, after finishing last in WBBL 09, finished top of the table this year and can now celebrate being WBBL champions in the 10th edition of this magnificent tournament. So the Melbourne Renegades, having been put in by Jess Jonathan and the Brisbane Heat post the bat flip, put on 141. They recovered well, mostly because of Hayley Matthews with that 69 from 61.